Welcome to the Flying the Coop podcast. My name is Floppy Disk Repairman, and this is a bunch of individuals brought together by a common interest. Oh shit, I didn't think I'd get this far.
That have come together to review, discuss, and fight about our favorite content on the internet. I am Floppy Disk Repairman, also known as Floppy. That was Ray. We have a pretty big task on our hands today, guys. We have to finish season 2, which ends with quite a bombshell. Before we go there, anybody got anything interesting going on this week?
Hammer.
Damn it. I was just about to say not Hammer.
Oh, man.
Gonna cut him off.
I was waiting for Brendan to fly in with something.
I don't really have anything.
You have a warthog.
Oh, I built a Lego warthog, which you can see on roosterteeth.com. That Brendan kid.
That Brendan kid, roosterteeth.com.
ABP, always be plugging.
I commented.
One of the pleasantly most active members on the website.
That's
one of two. One of three, maybe.
Hey, Bernie, we're just kidding. There's 5 active members. So Bernie talked about earlier this week that there is actually going to be a big push to move people towards the Rooster Teeth website, and I'm all for it. It works as well as it needs to right now, and they had to at least talk to their video host, because their video host is like, you guys are blowing up right now. What is this website that you're doing? What is a Rooster Teeth? Like the good old days, which is weird. And in the Q&A, I would be curious to know if any of you guys made a comment of a question you wanted to ask Bernie.
I did leave a question.
You did. Hammer, what was your question?
So if I remember correctly, at some point, Bernie has talked about how one of his rules or guidelines for writing is to not use specific numbers when talking about things like time.
Mm-hmm.
So I just asked if there were any other sort of rules or part of his writing process that he would be comfortable talking about.
Solid question. Did anybody else ask anything?
Is anybody else a sponsor?
You didn't need to be a sponsor for this one.
Oh, I thought it had the word sponsor in the title, and I didn't want to piss off Miss Ashley Burns.
It does.
It does, but it's just, it'll be answered on the sponsor Q&A. Anybody can ask a question.
See, I had to be dragged to the Rooster Teeth website kicking and screaming by the other men on the podcast. I did not want to be there. I've had an account since 2014, and I was happy to let it die with Achievement Hunter. And then Floppy said Ray, and I said Floppy, and he said Ray, and then I did what he wanted, because that's how it always goes.
Hey, Bernie, we're just kidding. Brendan, did you ask anything?
Yeah, I asked if RT Shorts or RT Life could make a comeback.
Ooh, great question.
Calvin P. replied.
For anybody that doesn't know, Calvin was on the podcast with us before he had to step away.
Calvin made our logo.
He did.
Calvin just said he was like, RT Shorts are some of his favorite skit comedies ever, and he also hopes we get more, which I was like, I agree.
Packy, did you ask anything on the Q&A?
Yeah, I asked in a pinch, what's your go-to sandwich?
Hard-hitting questions. I want to know what sandwich he licked in that one RT short where he licks the sandwich before he eats it.
Oh,
it was an artistic choice, and I'm very curious about what kind of sandwich that was.
I'm actually really interested in the artistic choice that Floppy made with what question he asked.
Oh, well, thank you. My artistic question.
Yeah.
Wait, autistic question?
No, I'm the autistic one here.
Oh, okay. My question was, Bernie had said that there's been a ton of traffic to the site. I have to assume, based on the post numbers, that is video traffic. So I was curious, what has been the thing people are coming back to watch the most? One would presume it's Red vs. Blue Restoration, because that's new, but I wouldn't presume that. But one may presume that.
I feel like I should swoop in with a question and be like, hey, Bernie, how do you feel about fan content called Flying the Coop?
Oh,
You should.
What are the legalities of that? Are you going to sue us, bud?
Ray, don't say Flying the Coop, but you should absolutely say, how do you feel about fan content?
And you know what? Y'all are sponsors, so you can tell me what the answer is.
And then we can tell you immediately.
My first post in like 11 years on the Rooster Teeth website.
We are getting a live Rooster Teeth comment. This is the kind of stuff people subscribe for. There's no way to subscribe to us, I guess, like YouTube.
Add comment.
Oh boy.
How do you feel about fan content in the new era? Is that a good way to word that? How do you feel about fan content in the new era?
Yeah, that's a fine way.
Yeah, I think that's a great way. And Bernie, we're kidding. Great questions all around. So proud of everyone. Very well executed. Everyone had a great answer. But just like great questions, we all had great episodes. One great episode each to review to round out the end of season 2. Brendan, can you kind of catch us up with where we're at and what happens in episode 34?
Last episode, Tucker took Sheila and Lopez to go force the Reds to turn off their radios. And then Church and Tex invaded Caboose's mind and killed O'Malley. And now, in theory, Caboose does not remember Church anymore.
Which is just devastating to people like me.
Now they can learn to love all over again. But great job, Brendan. But what happens in your episode?
Okay, so then we're now on episode 34 of the series. We start with Vic calling Doc on the radio. He's like, hey, dude, what's going on? This is terrible.
I thought it was pretty good.
Him and Doc start having a conversation where we very quickly find out that Doc has been, spoiler alert, Ray, infected.
Go fuck yourself.
Well, now I have to ask, Ray, did you pick up on that O'Malley was in Doc at this point?
Yes.
Okay.
Good. So then, basically, Doc is infected with the angry Omega AI who calls himself O'Malley.
Wait.
Anyway, so then Vic is like, hey, dude, you went kind of crazy there. You said you were going to eat my children. And Doc's like, oh, I'm sorry. And he's like, oh, it's no problem. I don't have any children. Inky Blinky, the one-eyed sergeant. Dude's firing blanks. I had a vasectomy, dude. Okay, hold on. Before we go forward, I got to get this off my chest because this is a big note. I was laughing the entire time these final 5 episodes we watched. It's so funny.
Great
dude.
episodes.
Inky Blinky, the one-eyed sergeant, just killed me.
Via con Dios to the vast deference.
Via con Dios to the vast deference is that one kills me too.
I love that he ends it with, I had a vasectomy, dude. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Then Doc is like, what is this thing in this cave? And Vic is like, a thing. Okay, dude, I'll make a note of that. No, it's a big thing. It's a big purple thing. Use your words, dude. I don't know. Did the aliens have some sort of like outpost here? I don't know. Let me consult my extraterrestrial travel guide. Oh yeah, look, here it is. A big purple thing. So then,
Audience, Brendan is actively losing his shit.
it's
We
so
are all
funny.
watching him like stand up and move around because of how much he's laughing.
I swear to God, Red versus Blue's not this, but it's really funny. I just like I don't know why I've seen the show a million times, but for some reason Vic was just I was just dying. I was like, what is this? Anyways, so regain myself here. I'm literally crying. We cut to Church after that, and Church is like, yo, Tucker, how's Lopez and Sheila and all that after the not really attack, but the crash? They crashed into Red Base and their song. And really nothing much happens there. It's just honestly just a little way to check in on the Blues. Although Church makes a note, like, Church is like, any sign of Tex? Tucker's like, no. And Church is like, well, that's not unusual. She used to rob me and sleep with other guys.
I support women's rights and women's wrongs.
But then, and we get to another part that really made me laugh. We cut to the Reds now. And if you remember last chunk of episodes, Griff got ran over. He said curses, and he died, and got injured. And they were originally going to make a cyborg out of Simmons. So that leads us here. And Sarge is like, Nurse Donut held your hand the whole way through. My right hand, your left. No to self. Cut off left hand. And then we find out basically Griff was replaced with all of Simmons, and Simmons was replaced with cyborg parts. We get the great line of subject my cyborg ass. I'm real happy about it too, numbnuts. Yep, those two. Because Sarge is in the background this whole time just listing off the parts he took from Simmons and put on Griff. And this is an amazing line. He says, and Griff goes, did I get your lips? Maybe I can finally figure out how to kiss Sarge's ass. And the ass in the background.
They didn't have an anatomy book, so they just used one of those pictures of a cow with all the different cuts of meat.
I think it did the trick. That is the first episode of this. It freaking killed me, as you can tell. I thought it was hilarious.
To hear Sarge is like, yep, made a left turn at the spare rib, then up and over the porterhouse.
I loved how Sarge said it was as easy as shake and bake, and then Donut chimes in, and I helped.
Have you guys had shake and bake before?
Oh, yeah.
Good. I was like, oh, damn, my childhood is coming back to haunt me.
Yeah, that's like my teenage years or 20s or something, right?
Our age difference always slaps me in the face.
Slap us in the face with episode 35, Packy.
Oh my god. Usually I have to pay people for that.
Please.
So episode 35, we start with Tucker and Caboose just chatting while Lopez is in the background finally working on Sheila. Caboose mentions how he does not like to dream because he does not like thinking while he is asleep. Tucker's like, yeah, that's no different than when you're awake, really, you know? And Caboose is like, yeah, consistency is important. Church pops in, basically checking in on Caboose with how he's doing now that the AI's gone out of his head. And Caboose is like, oh yeah, I'm good. Who are you again? You know,
Tucker is in shambles.
The Caboose ship is sinking as we speak.
The Caboose ship is the only thing I give a shit about anymore in this show. And it just,
it's like Floppy said, he gets to learn to love anew. Who doesn't wish they could fall in love with that person a second time? I mean, come on.
That
Exactly.
is a plot in Greek mythology.
Church basically is just like flabbergasted, like why he can't remember that after O'Malley sniped Brain Church from across that huge chasm inside Caboose's head. Then Caboose is like, yeah. I think I remember you. You're Marvin, right? And he starts listing off all these names.
Nope. Definitely Phil.
Yeah, Phil. Or no, he calls him Dave, and then Church is like, you insulted my girlfriend. You called her a cow. He's like, Karen. It's like, dude, he called her a slut. Phineas?
Dude, he called... So, in my headcanon, I like the idea that Caboose is like, I've done all these things to other people. The way he's explaining it, he keeps adding on stuff, and Caboose goes, no, you're this person. I'm like, has Caboose done... Yeah. Did Caboose call someone else's girl a slut? Yeah. And at some point, and did he also call her a cow? Like, that's, like, in my brain, like, what is
Apparently,
happening?
He killed somebody named Dave with a tank also.
Yeah,
so,
I was going to say.
Well, he did say consistency is the key, so...
I think it's important to include here that throughout this entire time, Donut is trying to jump out of the base at Blood Gulch, like up through the middle, which I think we all tried to do a lot. I was convinced.
I have that in my notes for that. That's the first thing I thought when I saw that.
It's just close enough when you're playing that you're like, I think if I just got the right angle. If you're up there, you can tell you don't get anywhere close.
And I feel like that happens a lot in video games, right? Like you go to make a jump and you're like, I should be able to make this. And you just keep trying it over and over again when you're really nowhere close. But thanks to the game physics, you're not going to get it.
That is every Mario game.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, like, walking up the side of a mountain in a game instead of, like, going around it, just constantly trying to find that one little spot where you can walk.
Death Stranding.
Oh, Death Stranding, exactly.
Skyrim.
For sure.
Definitely Skyrim. My God. The horses can walk up the mountains.
Packy, we're stalling for you.
You are stalling. So, like you said, Donut's trying to jump through the donut hole.
The donut hole. Nice.
As I'm going to call it from now on. And he's trying to jump through the hole, and Simmons comes up and he's like, what are you guys doing? And Griff's like, oh, he's losing a bet. And Donut's like, no, I'll get it. He's like, come on, Griff, are you worried? He's like, are you sweating yet? And he's like, he says, I can't sweat because Simmons' stupid sweat glands don't work right. And Simmons is like, wait, they should be working. And Griff's like, no, I'm not moist in any of the usual places, so this isn't right. And then he starts hacking up a lung and find out he's smoking inside of his helmet and just abusing the shit out of Simmons' old body.
I love the little puff of smoke that comes out of his helmet.
Yeah. Back when we were talking to Church and Tucker, when Tucker says, I don't know, I kind of like it. I can get used to calling you Rookie. And Church is like, oh yeah, could you get used to me beating you to death?
That's a great line.
I love that line too. And Caboose being like, what's wrong with the Rookie? He seems mad.
And then Church is just like, oh, son of a bitch.
In that scene you were talking about, where they're yapping about the cybernetic whatever, and Donut's jumping a bunch. And I don't know if you were going to mention it, but you hear, who let the spleen ball out? Simmons, I need your ovaries.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I liked when Simmons was asking Griff, he's like, come on, he's like, how many snack cakes have you had today? And he's like, only like 5 or more. Maybe a baker's dozen at most. And he's like, do you even know how much that is? He's like, yeah, like 48. But to wrap up the episode, Sarge just comes up and is like, basically says the command put something inside of Lopez and Griff, he's like, oh, do we have some kind of consulate coming from Spanish land, that Lopez needs to translate for? He's like, it's the land of water slides and salsa. But Sarge is like, no, they put the big secret instructions to the next phase of our operation inside of Lopez, and if we don't get it back, we'll be up Pooper Creek without a paddle.
Oh, gross.
Swimming in a river is sick with no floaties on. I do want to just slide in with two things. So first, they're kind of joking about Simmons being of some sort of Spanish descent, and Simmons obviously voiced by Gus, who's from Mexico, but they always make kind of fun references to it because he's actually Dutch-Irish in the show, but it's a fun little like side joke that they do. But then Sarge just says, "Can it, Frankenstein?" to Griff, which is like him acknowledging that Griff is like some horrible monster that he's created.
There's the other joke I love, and it's Simmons starts crashing out because he thinks Sarge is about to tell him that they canceled the Christmas party again.
Oh yeah.
And he starts crashing out, and just Griff, and this is like we can't tell you over the audio because this is one of the few visual gags they really have. So Griff and Sarge just like look at each other, but it's slightly off beat, and then they're like, and then Sarge is like, no.
So actually, when Simmons was complaining in his whole thing, he ends it with, "But no, I ask you, when will it be Simmons' turn when?"
Yep.
And my immediate first thought was, oh my God, are they referencing the song Rose's Turn from a musical that came out back in the late 50s? And I don't think they were. I don't think these men are educated on Broadway musicals, but it was kind of fun to be like, oh shit, yeah, Rose's Turn. That's a really good song, which is just all about where like, when is it my turn to bat 1,000 and be amazing? And it's coming up Roses. Her name is Rose. Like, it's my turn. So I thought that was a fun little accidental
That was
nod.
Culture Hour with Ray. Now you can say you got something out of this podcast. Last week, it was World War II.
Pinkies up,
2 weeks
bitches.
ago was World War II. And now, Broadway.
And before that was
Ray,
Vietnam.
Keep hitting us. Keep hitting us with culture. Educate us on episode 36.
So that was a really fun episode. But in episode 36, Caboose and Tucker are talking about how Lopez and Sheila are spending a lot of time together. And Caboose is not happy about this at all because Lopez is not good enough for his Sheila. Basically, then goes on a tirade implying that Lopez is like a predator that's using her. And she's this young, innocent, precious flower.
She's a precious flower.
And Tucker's like, hey, are you good? Like, she's a fucking tank.
He uses the specific word delicate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then Tucker's like, cool. And he goes to try to patch things up. And Caboose in the background starts yelling to beg for her back and offer her things and be like, Sheila,
I made you a muffin.
yeah. And Sheila ignores this. She does not care about my main man. She fully ignores him and explains that she and Lopez are forming a union, basically, because the machines are not being treated well. And the union is boycotting until everything gets better for the machinery in Blood Gulch. We go to Red Team after that and see Sarge telling the teams the plan to get Lopez back and all their secret little documents. You know how boys are and their secret documents. And then Griff is fed up with being put in danger and getting the short end of the stick. So he's kind of throwing a bitch fit as he does every single episode. And then Donut so lovingly just gets so excited to be like a secret agent. And then he is a clown on accident because he wants to have a little flower that shoots water in people's faces. But Griff and Donut are now my ship of all time. Go Nut supremacy. I love them so bad. So Griff and Donut go become secret spies, and Donut is taking it so seriously and talking about his jetpack and making the noises of the jetpack for 10 whole minutes and driving Griff fucking crazy. And then Griff considers homicide extensively as he finally gets Donut to like leave him away and quote like take his jetpack and go to higher ground. And Griff was right. If he killed Donut, nobody would know. But Simmons might know because it's Simmons' body. That's just my fun little headcanon. Back at Blue Base, Tucker lets Church know about the robot union, and we learn that Caboose has gotten his head stuck in a microwave, which reminds me of that video, if any of y'all saw, about the guy who poured concrete on his head inside a microwave, and then the firefighters had to come save him.
But why?
He was trying to be a YouTuber.
And look at us, we just started a bad podcast.
Well, I would tell you not to do it though. So you at least hired the right people.
It's a well crafted podcast.
It is. You know what else is well crafted? Not Church's idea to break up Sheila and Lopez. But he does have an idea. We quickly go over to Doc, who is trying to talk to O'Malley and convince him to not be nonviolent. You know, I think we really should try a nonviolent approach to resolve this. I agree, except replace the words non with extremely, and after the word violent include the phrase blood explosion extraordinaire.
Oh, man.
O'Malley is such a cartoonishly evil villain, and it's why it works for the early seasons, is just because he is literally a mustache twirling.
I was just going to say, yeah, like Snidely Whiplash style. He's he's cliche evil villain, and I love it.
Real quick, I want to make a note. I love the quote, Church, it's bad. And he's like, what's going on? And he's like, Sheila and Lopez are going to form their own robot army. They said nobody would oppose them. Well, did you try to stop them? No way. There's no way I'm going to oppose them.
I wouldn't dare oppose them.
Speaking of quotes that we love, though, one of my favorites from this episode when they're doing their secret agent bit and Donut's like, come on, I could be 00 Donut.
Like, Donut?
That's why the name of the episode's so great. It's just Nut, Do Nut.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And now we have Go Nut, which is a superior ship
Yeah, we have
name.
Go Nut, which is way better.
But
Although you could have 00 Goo Nut.
Ooh, okay. So Doc is trying to convince O'Malley to not be violent, and that is not working in his favor at all. But Donut finds them when he's trying to go to higher ground with his jetpack, and he learns all of their secret plan, including that Oblivion tastes like Red Bull, which I now have a question for you, gentlemen of the podcast. What does Red Bull taste like? I've never had one.
Never had it.
Oblivion.
Cold piss.
Ew.
And why do you know what that tastes like?
Oh, there was a time when I was camping with Packy's parents. I've only ever had one, and I really didn't like it.
I've never heard a good anything about Red Bull.
I think the flavored ones are fine, but they're not great.
I'm not big into energy drinks. My mom kind of raised me to think they were like just as bad as like alcohol and stuff, so I never did it.
I actually broke up with a partner one time because they drank 3 or 4 Monsters a day. And it stressed me out so bad that something bad was going to happen to my partner that I had to leave.
That's completely reasonable.
that's fair.
Yeah, that's like
That's
I
fair.
would do legitimately the same
Their
thing.
heart's going to explode.
Yeah, I'm sitting here on my 3rd coffee of the day, and I'm telling you that's too much.
I mean, the monster might not be doing anything anymore, but you know what is doing something? O'Malley. He's doing his little plotting.
Uh-oh.
And he is going to sabotage equipment and devour their hearts and crap out their souls and ruin everyone's lives. And Donut is just standing there watching, slowly realizing that this includes him because he is in Blood Gulch. And Doc at the entire time is so scared. Doc is one of my new babies.
Nice.
He has now been added to the roster. It is Caboose, Doc, and Donut. But then Donut runs away in fear. And he actually ends up at a place that looks a whole lot like the store. Except Sarge says there is no store. Which means that he's, oh my god, at the blue base. And he is now a hostage.
A great joke, too, again, for Halo, like people who were playing at the time, or you could still go back and play on the Master Chief Collection, like you get turned around super easy. Especially like when the game first came out and you were playing like Capture the Flag with your friends and you'd have no clue what base you were at. It was super easy to get turned around. So I love those like in jokes for Halo.
I do have a bone to pick with this episode because why in the absolute hell are they doing to Caboose what they did to Ariana Grande's character in Victorious? Why is he so stupid now?
Oh, you're gonna hate the show.
I'm like unhappy. And it was very prevalent last episode, but it's even more this episode, and I'm unhappy.
I think without getting into too much of like a spoiler, they don't directly ever call it out, except maybe a little bit at the beginning of season 3. But I think the AI leaving his head did a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Took some of the furniture with it.
Took
Oh,
some
my
of
poor
the
baby.
furniture with it. Donut has been captured, sort of, by the Blues. Tucker, of course, thinks it's a female assassin that's been sent to kill them. And he says, we're immune to your feminine wiles unless you want to date one of us. But of course, Donut is just like, I'm not a girl. And Tucker's like, you tease.
He's in the background you hear tease.
And then Donut and Caboose, a new friendship, looks like it might be budding. We learned that the pink armors are actually pretty comfortable because it's got a lot of room in the crotch area, which is, it's always good. Again, Tucker's kind of struggling to cope with whether or not this is a woman.
Yeah, Donut and Caboose are talking. They're playing a game of Truth or Dare.
I skipped that. Yeah. Donut's about to lose Truth or Dare somehow. And Caboose basically gets him to honestly say what the Red's biggest secret is, to which that's the moment Church jumps into his body and takes him over and basically is like, hey, were you about to learn anything? And then Caboose is like, oh, no, it's fine. It's just... so...
You also skipped, then Church immediately turns girly and is like, ooh, it's roomy in here. What are you guys talking about? Oh, nothing. You want to braid each other's hair?
They're going back and forth about getting useful information from Donut. And they said that Donut has a lot of crockpot recipes, to which, Church is like, do we even have a crockpot? And we find out that Caboose made a trade with, we assume, Vic from Blue Command, and he swapped it for a mystery box. And inside that mystery box was 140 jars of mayonnaise. And Tucker says that it doubles as a great sunscreen.
We have to mention well, I have a great secret plan of how to get robot bodies, whatever he says. And there's a pause. It does not involve mayonnaise. Damn it, I knew there would be a catch.
So the plan ends up being Church is going to take over Donut's body. Then he's going to go with the Blues over to the Reds to negotiate a new surrender because they want to get 2 robots. They go over there and basically they want to cut a deal. Now, it's important to know that Sarge does not really buy into this, mostly because they haven't attacked them. So it doesn't make sense that they're just walking over and surrendering.
Why are we negotiating with Donut? They want you to give them a robot. Them. And Tucker slowly turns towards him. I'm just like...
In exchange for not killing us, they would like to release the robot guy. And me. The pink guy?
The pink guy.
And then I do love that Griff's logic is pretty sound here because he's like, wait, but if we accept, that means we have 2 surrenders and they have none and we win. And Simmons is like, but what do we win? And Griff's like, I don't know, the war or something? Like when they take a pot shot to basically say that they're under attack. It's Simmons' idea, but Sarge can feel like, okay, well, we attacked them and they surrendered. Now it's all legitimate. But what the Blues want is to give up Lopez and Donut for 2 new robots that Sarge makes, that he's going to supposedly make exactly like Lopez, but specifically without the personality. Church doesn't want the moral dilemma.
And no Spanish.
And a bigger switch.
And yes, and he wants no Spanish and the bigger switch. Now, this is where we learn, because it's like, why do we want 2 robots? And he kind of mumbles like, for so he wants it for Tex. And basically has the good point that, well, hey, if like Tex could just get into my body and then we'll just be fighting about it, so we might as well have a second.
I think they should have one body together and be in love for the rest of their lives, and Church can close his eyes when Tex cheats on him in the future.
There we go. We do get what's Caboose and Donut's ship name?
Thank you so much for asking. We haven't established this one yet, and I have a poll for you.
Yes.
Oh.
Should we go with Deuce or Cabonut?
Cabonut.
Obviously, Cabonut is amazing.
I was going to say Deuce was really good until I heard Cabona. They make an agreement to meet at 0600. They are going to, Church says to make sure that they don't lose the pink guy, Donut. So he leaves and it's just Caboose and Donut. And then Donut's obviously confused because he doesn't know what's been going on. And Caboose says, we were just talking to your friends, but you're going to stay with us now. And Donut says, are we going to have a sleepover? Because that would be sweet. And then there's a long pause of Caboose just looking at Donut because Caboose has finally found a friend. And he just says, you're a nice lady.
I love them so bad. Like, you guys don't even understand. I love them so bad.
Oh, blue team. What? Did you want your robot to have both legs? Of course we want legs. Well, legs are optional. You're a nice guy. I'm sure we can figure it out.
So now we get essentially every car dealership interaction you end up having, which is basically, like Brendan excellently pointed out, everything is actually optional and a feature which needs to be added on.
I grew up on a dealer lot like 5 members of my family, my immediate family, are people in the car business. And this almost triggered my PTSD from growing up on car lots and eating cold pizza in dank rooms.
Well, and then like so many of my favorite Rooster Teeth jokes that where they start basically with the joke of whatever it is, like in this exchange, it's clearly like, oh, they're doing a used car lot bit of like, you know, everything's up. It's not even used cars, it's new cars. But it's like, oh, new cars, all these features are actually extra and not, they don't just come with the car. And it's always like the most ridiculous things. And then I love when with all these kinds of bits, they end up ending it with just the right in your face for the people who didn't get into the other stuff. Where Sarge just straight up, it's like, how about we talk about financing? Like, how's your credit? And then he offers high quality mud flaps and a lube job.
And a lube job.
I think this was my least favorite of these 5 episodes because all 5 of these episodes are so good. But I do love the budding romance of Caboose and what's it? Cabonut. Caboose.
Cabonut.
And Donut, because they just seem like if this whole war didn't happen, maybe they could have just been best buddies, hanging out, having sleepovers, and talking about different baked goods.
No, so here's where I'm feeling a little deranged, a little crazy, if you will. And it comes up in the next episode, but I said many moons ago that I believe the war is over, and they're putting fun little things that are happening a couple of times, and I'm kind of losing my shit about it, because I solidly, before we went into episode 38, believe the war is over.
I think we all praised you on that theory.
Yeah.
You did. You said that I was making it hard for you guys to not spoil things.
That's a great
Yeah,
theory.
you were, because it's a great theory.
A game theory.
I mean, quite literally, yes.
Could our resident tool, Hammer,
What?
what happens at the end of this fantastic season of Red vs. Blue?
I don't think you're a tool for the record.
Hammer's tools.
Noted.
Oh, I thought you were calling him a tool. Okay, a hammer is a tool. I got it now.
Yes.
You guys said I was the caboose for a reason.
So we pick up with the Blues. Lopez and Sheila are gone. They've left, and they left a note for the Blues, which is in Spanish.
So sorry. Floppy gasping got me so bad.
That was just for me. I didn't know the mic picked that up.
The note is in Spanish as well as binary. I tried for a solid 5 minutes, and I don't think the binary actually translates to anything, but the Spanish at least translates roughly to Dear Blue Ones, the binary, signed Lopez and Sheila. Then when the Blues are reading it, Church claims that it says that they went off to start their robot army and want to meet the Blues at 0600, which happens to be the same time that the Blues are supposed to meet up with the Reds for the surrender exchange thing. We go back to, or actually I did want to make a quick thing because we haven't talked about it at all, but mechanically and editing wise, how they film Ghost Church.
Oh, yeah.
Essentially, if I remember correctly, what they do is they film it twice, one with Church, one without, and then they bring down the opacity.
That's cool. I was watching that earlier and I was wondering, how the fuck do they do that? That's cool.
It's pretty simple effect, but from a filmmaking perspective, it could definitely... it would be such a pain to deal with. 'Cause
Right.
if you have a moving shot, it has to be the exact same, both.
Can imagine how much of a pain that was.
Especially with Halo 1, where the loading thing happens.
The idle animation.
The idle.
Thing with the gun. Yeah, they start doing that, I think, after like 9 or 10 seconds. So
Well, the cameras always seem static. So is it a video of Church not being there, or is it a screenshot of what the shot is that they overlay?
probably a video because
it probably was a mix of both. Like whenever Church is in a scene with other people, it's probably a video. But anytime they could cheat and like use a photo of it, like a still frame,
and then crop
and
it.
then crop it. Yeah, I just have to imagine they were trying to take any like, not shortcut in a bad sense, but I mean this already seems like Brendan said, like right there's an animation where when you're holding the pistol, your guy just looks at the pistol. Like your character looks at the pistol, and there's a little animation which happens every 10 seconds. So keep in mind, they're filming from the perspective of a player. So they had to do the shot and cut out how every 10 seconds the guy would start looking at his gun.
Which, if you watch the original Red vs. Blue, that like letterbox version, a lot of the times the camera will move just slightly, and that was so that the gun animation doesn't happen for long takes.
Man.
insane how much work must have went into making this.
Right.
From what I know about Jeffrey Ramsey in the 2010s and 2020s, I'm like shocked by the amount of effort that he put into a project in the early 2000s. I just like the personas that we got in content, not even just from Jeff, but from everybody. Like, if you told me that Bernie did that, I'd believe you. Told me Matt did that, I'd believe you. But the public personas that Gus and Jeff gave us really didn't present that level of effort, in my opinion. The Gavin Free effect of like, yeah, he's a fucking idiot, but he's actually the smartest person in any room that he walks into. That's what learning this information feels like.
Which is why it's really good to listen to something like Anma, because you get to hear from Gus and Jeff and how much they were actually doing. Gus, I think, was one of the ones on Anma who talked about how they were literally just pulling 18-hour days. Gus got I think I mentioned this before. Gus got super excited at one point because they bought a couch for the spare bedroom that they were, or for the apartment they were using in Buda. And he was excited because like, oh, I can sleep on the couch and not have to go home. And that way I can just make more, I can like do more work, get more work done without commuting. And then Jeff talks about it a lot on the podcast, like how the dude's, he doesn't really say this, but the dude's just like a machine. He just puts stuff out and he just kind of treats it as like something he has to do. And he doesn't think about it as like he's basically very task oriented. And he credits the army to it, which kind of makes sense. But it is interesting because it's definitely not the persona he puts out there very often.
I understand why we never got like the actual reasons behind Jeff going on sabbatical at the time that he was going on sabbatical, but I feel like that sabbatical was probably a product of doing Rooster Teeth for so long, so consistently. And then, like, of course, the personal things happened in his personal life that I don't want to get into. But, like, learning this now, it all makes more sense, the things that happened that I saw as a fan.
But then, of course, even when he was on sabbatical, he was still doing, like, he was still doing other shows. I think he still even filmed an episode or two of Relationship Goals while he was on his sabbatical. He mentions that on, like, an old off topic. That he was literally leaving that day for his sabbatical, but, like, the next week he had to film Relationship Goals. Which, man, I don't know. It's just a lot of work when your sabbatical is just more work.
See, this is why I agreed to join the podcast, because I've never been a podcast person, and now you guys get to have all these fun little facts that I get to learn about.
Oh, yeah, it's great. Hammers, tell us a fact. Go.
Well, I just did. It spawned a whole tangent. But then back with the Reds, they're talking... Simmons shoots himself in the foot. He's like, yeah, that's just something I do sometimes now. I'm sure it's user error. But Sarge finishes up the two robots for the exchange. They're named Francisco Montague Zanzibar and then robot number 2, because robot number 2 was rejecting all of the names Sarge tried to give it.
He had an overclocked SASBAC chip.
Yeah. Sarge is talking about all the hidden features and stuff that he put in the robots. The code word dirtbag, which causes the robot to go over and punch Griff. And then Simmons says it goes over to punch Griff. Griff is like, oh, well, 2 can play at that game. Code word dirtbag. Then it comes over and punches Griff again. I don't know what he thought was going to happen. Some other hidden features. There is a hidden microphone in one of them, so they can spy on the Blues. And then the other one contained a 10 megaton bomb.
I guess I didn't keep it very secret there, huh? No, I guess you didn't.
Back over to the Blues and Donut. Caboose is talking about how he likes nap time, and then after nap time comes food time, and then after that comes food nap time, which is his favorite time.
And he's right. We get to participate in one for Thanksgiving. Are you guys excited for your food nap time after Thanksgiving dinner?
Right.
Who doesn't love a good food coma?
Hell yeah.
And then they're getting ready to leave for the exchange. Donut says that Mr. Caboose will always be his friend. And Caboose is like, Donut, that sounds like biscuit.
Yes, it does.
Cabonut.
Yes, Cabonut. Then the middle of the valley, we're getting ready for the exchange. Simmons is talking about his gut says like this, something about how his gut says this isn't going to go well, or they don't trust the Blues or something. But that his gut doesn't know what the hell it's talking about because it's made out of advanced polymer now.
Stupid gut.
Lopez and Sheila show up. They see the Reds and they get confused because they aren't meant to conquer them until next Tuesday. Caboose refers to Donut as Lieutenant McMuffin. Then we hit the conversation between Church and Tucker about the triangle of confusion, the rhombus of terror, the parabola of mystery. Just get the show on the road. And we go back to Cabonut. Caboose refers to him as Commander Poppin' Fresh.
I think they're talking about your golden flaky crust.
Right, yeah. Then Caboose, yeah. And I didn't notice this until this time I was watching it, but in the background you can hear Sheila call Lopez Big Daddy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tell him, Big Daddy.
That was such a good little thing in the background. That was so funny.
The Reds and Blues get ready to do the swap. They're sending some people over. Caboose says goodbye to Major Cinnamon Bun and that he will miss his buttery goodness.
But then immediately forgets who
and
he
then
is.
asks who his
Right,
soulmate
yeah. And
was.
then as soon as he leaves, he turns to Tucker. He's like, who was that guy?
Who was that guy?
His soulmate.
I wonder if he legitimately didn't know who that was, because in his like headspace, Brain Donut is actually a woman. That guy,
that's a
you
good
know, like
point.
literally, like who is that dude?
Yeah, because he hadn't heard Donut.
He looks like
until
that
then.
lady.
Yeah.
But then, because then there's the robots and the Blues and the Reds, and it's the parabola of mystery, and Sarge is like, we've been double crossed, and then he like calls in Vic because he's going to call in an airstrike. Tucker and Sarge and Vic are all like on the same radio frequency because I guess Vic apparently works at Red Command and Blue Command.
Shocking.
Hello.
Shocking.
Ray, what
Yeah.
was your reaction to that?
Yeah, what did you think?
Okay, so when we learned that Vic talks to Red Command and Blue Command, the second that he was like, "Is that Tucker?" I suddenly felt for 5 seconds the way that you guys feel talking to me about this podcast, about my past self.
Oh,
Like, oh, this dumb bitch didn't know. They suspected, but like, damn, it was obvious. I almost jumped out of my seat. I was like, oh my God, I think I'm right. Like, I think the war is over.
And this is such like a stupid little
Yeah.
moment, but it's a big twist. I mean, this is huge that Vic has been talking as Red and Blue Command to both sides.
Oh, Private Tucker, you're on here too. I gotta go. Bad connection.
See, you guys are bad connection.
That's not going to be good for business.
Because Vic said that's not good for business, I have a suspicion that the war is over. However, there is an experiment being done in Blood Gulch on these men
That's an
specifically.
interesting theory.
Very interesting.
Very interesting.
You're making a lot of interesting theories.
The plot do be thickening on why we're here.
Love a thick plot.
The plot, yeah, it's thick with 2 C's.
And Donut's golden crust.
So, so go ahead, Hammer.
Sarge is like, today's a good day to die. And then Tucker's trying to like call a truce. It's like, it's all the same. Reds and blues are the same. Red is blue, blue is red. Da 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 da. Caboose is like, Caboose just off to the side talking about how this is fun. Sarge has a boner for murder. O'Malley shows up in the purple thing and shoots Tucker with a rocket because that's totally how that vehicle works.
Yeah, right.
I like how as he's driving by, Donut's like, the cave devil!
Yeah.
Cave devil.
I love how Doc and O'Malley are interacting in general, with O'Malley being in his head.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's so fun to have them be going back and forth. Like when Doc says, oh, sorry about that big explosion.
Yeah.
And O'Malley is laughing and saying, sorry, it wasn't bigger.
And it's such a great foil to the whole, like, he was just, you know, you're a pussy fest. You're not violent. And to supplement that, they gave him the most comically evil alter ego. I guess alter ego, but it's AI.
Yes.
But yeah, it's such a great juxtaposition. And again, so simple, but it serves its purpose really well.
In the middle of all this, Church runs out and takes over one of the robot bodies. They realize that the cave devil is actually O'Malley. Sarge tells Griff that he wants to die before Griff so that he doesn't have a man lost on his record. In the background, you can hear Sheila yelling, Lopez, no! O'Malley kidnapped Lopez. Caboose wonders why Tucker is allowed to nap during battle time. We learn from Doc he ran track in high school because it was the least competitive sport he could find.
And he lettered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For anybody international, lettering in American high school football sports is Floppy, you explain it.
Yeah, so you can actually letter in things that aren't sports, but you're going to get bullied.
Like chorus and drama.
Yeah, you're going to get your head put into a toilet. Not really. That doesn't happen anymore. Now all the bullying's like amongst the clubs themselves, apparently.
You said it's among us? That's sus.
Oh, no. But yeah, basically there's different requirements for everything. Like for football, you have to play a certain number of quarters. For theater, I'm sure you have to be a part of a certain number of productions. And then on your really cool Letterman jacket that you have to stop wearing the moment you turn 18, so it's not sad, you get this big puffy jacket that you've definitely seen in high school movies about America. You get a big letter for that sport. And sometimes it's a patch like with a football, and then it'll have all the years that you lettered on it. It basically means that he participated enough in track to get a letter. Doesn't mean he won anything, but he was out there giving it his all, which is all I would expect.
Your school pays for the letter, but you pay for the jacket, and that jacket is like $300 or $400.
And here's the most frustrating part about the jacket. To this day, the most comfortable piece of clothing that I own. But again, you cannot wear it outside your door the moment you turn 18.
Congrats to Doc.
Yeah. Speaking of Doc and O'Malley, he takes Lopez through the teleporter, which has now been reprogrammed to go to a different location, aka a different multiplayer map. Blues call a ceasefire to talk about what just happened. And then they spend 2 hours debating whether or not what's happening is ironic. While their current situation may not be ironic, it is still unexpected and goes against their normal. And during this, Sheila, the tank, is up on the roof of the base. There's a whole mini bonus feature on the DVD dedicated to them shooting it with rockets, trying to get it onto the roof of the base.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh my god.
Is there really? Is there commentary over it?
Yeah, there's no commentary. It's just Reds and Blues with spankers shooting at the tank, trying to get it onto the base.
And they've definitely talked about it in things about how hard it was, but they didn't actually have commentary over that part, which sucks, because I would love to
if
hear
I
the
remember
frustration
correctly,
of
it
that.
was Matt Holm's idea, and end of the day, everyone was ready to call it, and Matt was like, "What if we got the tank onto the base?"
That was the thing. They say it happened at 2 a.m. They were about to be done, and they were like, "What if we could get the tank onto the roof?" They used to record them on Thursday nights, so it would go into Friday morning at 7 a.m., which that's a joke for all the kids out there.
Boo.
I'll see if I can get the footage from the DVD and send it to someone.
Oh, that was dumb.
What?
I just got it.
He woke up.
There you go.
Hey guys, it might be Papa's bedtime.
Damn, that's rough.
This show's all fuzzy. That's such a funny line.
What's your glasses prescription, Packy? Is it like a -6, -7?
It's like the bottom of a bottle cap. Nope, of a glass bottle. There we go.
Packy, they did the joke again, and you missed it.
God damn it.
Hammer, I'm so sorry.
After they figure out whether or not it's ironic, they come up with the plan of pairing up and going through the teleporter and leaving a couple people behind in Blood Gulch so that nobody can take over these two bases in the middle of a box canyon. Red team elects to leave Donut behind. Blue team elects to leave Sheila behind, plus injured Tucker. Our pairings are Sarge and Caboose. We get Church and Griff, and then Simmons goes on his own. And before they go through, Simmons is talking about how he's getting a feeling that he'll never see Blood Gulch again. Not a bad feeling, just a feeling. Then Donut, after they go through the teleporter, Donut's overheard the Cave Devil, or O'Malley, talking about sabotaging. Then at that moment, Tex returns and takes over the second robot body.
Queen.
Yes. And so now at this point, Donut is alone in the canyon with injured Tucker, a Tex, and Sheila. As for where our other characters end up, we get...
No, you can call them friends. I heard that almost F word.
That wasn't the F word he was going to use.
The world may never know.
Oh, no.
We get Sarge and Caboose, which they end up in Battle Creek, which we will see so much more of later on.
We will? Is that a spoiler?
No.
The map was an AI the whole time.
Then we get Church and Griff on Sidewinder, and they get captured by a soldier. His name is Max Gain.
Max Gain is a
Credits
good
roll
name.
to Steady Ride by Trocadero.
Very good song, by the way.
Great song.
So where we see Simmons go,
Yes.
is that where they filmed the inside of Caboose's head? Is that the same
Nope,
map?
different map.
No, totally different.
Really?
But it's interesting. I mean, I see why you'd think that, though.
Well, it looks very similar.
Yeah.
Wasn't the Caboose's head map something like Hang 'em High or something like that?
It was Hang 'em High.
Yeah, hang 'em
Yeah.
high.
That was the end of season 2. That was great. Ray, I've got to ask. You've kind of teased it a little bit. Tell us where you're at. Give us inside baseball on Ray's brain.
I mean, I have not made it unobvious that I was not excited to do this. It was this show that my little brother liked and that my older brother liked. And when you grow up in a household with brothers, you just you want everything in your life to be the exact opposite of what they like.
Sure.
I knew that I wanted to come into this with good faith because if I didn't, it would be a huge slog. And I knew that it'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to miss this podcast recording this week because I hate this anyways. It sucks. Versus today where, audience fun fact, we're recording later than we expected to because I'm sick today. Physically sick today, having a bad time. The guys saw me. I look pale as death. But I wanted to be here for this episode because I'm enjoying this so much and I wanted to be able to represent that change of how I did actually just enjoy this. It feels very similar to logging in for Minecraft Fridays when I was 13 years old. It's still giving me that and it's still fun. And as a podcast, we've discussed maybe doing something different, maybe watching another show for a little bit. And I am actually kind of disappointed if we do choose to watch something else because I don't want to stop watching this. I'm enjoying it. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Well, and it's been great to watch you because Ray really did come in with an open mind when they did not have to. You did not have to have an arc with this show. And it's been awesome watching you just kind of start to get it. Because I agree, this is not something that if you've never seen before, it's easy to introduce to someone else. It looks stupid, especially 20 years later. You have to really it's almost like convincing someone to watch anime who hates cartoons. There's just, you got to get them over a hump of, okay, it's in a video game, but trust me, the writing's really good and you're going to enjoy it. It was awesome when you came in with such an open mind, and
I was doing a little bit of introspection about my relationship with Red versus Blue in general because I wanted to understand why I hated it so bad as a teenager, and I think it really came down to just oh well, that's the boy part of the fandom.
Sure, makes sense.
And just because you can be a Rooster Teeth fan, and that could mean the RT podcast, but that could also mean Funhouse, Achievement Hunter, Ruby, Red versus Blue, or you could just be a fan of each of those little things. And I was a fan of so many different Rooster Teeth properties that adding Red versus Blue, when I also had that preconceived notion of oh, well, that's a boy thing, whatever, because I was a young teenager, it just never came around. And I'm so glad that when I'm now not a fan of any of the former Rooster Teeth properties and I'm not consuming any content, I get to come back and add this new thing to my roster that I just never had previously.
Right. That was great. And thank you for giving me content for an entire short for next week, because that's all going to be fun. That's going to be awesome. And it's going to be like the day Ray's heart grew 2 sizes bigger, or whatever the Grinch thing was.
Just in time for Christmas.
Just in time for Christmas.
For your Jewish podcast member?
Yes, that's the joke.
Yeah.
Don't worry. It's a holiday heart. Boy,
Okay, Hallmark Channel.
I really tried on that one. So Ray brings up a great point, though. We are discussing what to watch next.
Are we still gonna watch the documentary?
So we are going to do the Rooster Teeth documentary, Why We're Here. I assume we'll film that at some point within the next week or so, and we can kind of have that one in our back pocket. And then I don't think we decided for sure what we're doing for the second one.
I love the Barbara Blaine documentary, and I think that it's really
Connected.
Yeah, I think that at this point in the current socioeconomic climate, it'd be really good.
That would be my vote.
I think that's pretty good. I really like Unconventional with Gus.
Right, yeah.
My only reason I would vote for that one is because he goes to a Santa Claus convention in it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, guys. I have to come clean about something that I did.
Do we have to cut this?
We'll see.
Okay.
If any of our audience isn't familiar, we all participate in server events in Floppy's Discord server. We will have our own Discord server at some point. I'm just a stressed out person and I would be the one that was making it. There are server events called Rayvolutions where I take over and do a fun little stream with the people of the Discord. And in the Rayvolution on Wednesday, where everybody left me alone, I was asked about our 3 previous episodes that never came out. Uh-huh. And I, not believing that anybody would believe me and actually do it, said, yeah, if you cash at me a couple bucks, I'll send you the episode.
Oh, Jesus. No.
So there is one person that did cash at me $5.
Who was it? Shame them. Shame them. Who was it?
It was Ben, one of the mods of the server.
What? Binary? No. Why? Oh, jeez. I guess we'll wrap up with a little bit of fun sausage talk.
I have a thing.
Yeah, Hammer had a thing. What was?
We mentioned it at the end of last episode, but because that won't come out for a little bit, we posted about it in the Discord, but we have that email now that people can write into. flyingthecoopmail@gmail.com, and we got an email from Ben the Mod.
What did Binary Ben say in his in our first ever podcast email?
Yes.
Yes.
What's your and everyone's favorite adaptation? Books, comics, anything like that has been produced into another format of content.
Great question.
Mine, parentheses Ben the Mod, top pick would be the movie adaptation of The Martian. I also really love the 2-for-1 of the book The Heart of Darkness being adapted both into the film Apocalypse Now, as well as the game Spec Ops The Line. And then an honorable mention was the first 3 to 5 seasons of Game of Thrones. And they end it by saying, loving the pod, keep up the great work.
Well, thank you, Binary.
Thank you.
That was super cool of you. Packy, what's your favorite adaptation?
Oh, man. I was going to say the Scarface video game on Xbox, but man, that new Mortal Kombat movie that came out, was it a movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, that came out last year.
Totally.
Was pretty fucking great. I'm excited for the next one on that.
I can tell you my favorite and my least favorite. My least favorite is the GameCube Matrix video game because it came with 2 discs.
Yeah.
And whenever you tried to switch from disc 1 to disc 2, it didn't work.
No, it did not.
I'm going to blow out my mic to scream about this because it makes me I'm going to move away from the mic so I can scream, actually. It didn't fucking work.
Dude.
What? It never. You could not play fucking disc 2. And it's not that I was a stupid fucking child that was incompetent. It didn't fucking work. They sold a broken fucking game.
Well, I'm going to have to cut the swearing because that's going to be a short. Ray's got 2 shorts
And
this time. That's a great least favorite.
my favorite adaptation is going to be Princess Bride.
Oh my God.
It is not actually by a gentleman named S. Morgenstern. He just really committed to the bit. The original Princess Bride book, which I do own a very big, beautiful copy of, if you read it, you'll find a lot of meta humor, and I believe the entire intent is like this book was written and now it's being adapted by some guy or being revised or whatever, another language, I forget exactly. But the author includes so many of his own little quips and like writes entire chapters about the fake author that he is saying actually wrote this story. It's a very meandering book, but it's very fun if you enjoy that kind of humor. The person that wrote the book also wrote the movie. He cut it down so well and made it such a solid standalone movie that did not include a lot of the things that the book had. When you read the book after seeing the movie or vice versa, it still makes sense together. It doesn't feel like, oh, this thing could have been in the movie and it was missing. It feels like, oh, this now supplements my enjoyment of the movie. This is a scene that I didn't need to see in the movie, but now that I have learned it, it's like, oh, I'm going to think to myself, like, oh, that's the cool thing that's happening that we didn't see.
One of the best movies of all time. My parents refused to watch it because it sounds like a girl movie. It's literally what they say. And I'm like, that's exactly why you need to watch The Princess Bride.
That is the entire intro
That's the whole
scene
point
of the
yes,
movie.
I've tried to explain it to them many times. They still won't watch it. Hammer, what is your pick for best adaptation?
It kind of changes depending on my mood, but right now I'm going to go with the Fallout TV show.
Oh, good
Ooh,
pick.
Great answer.
Season 1 was great, and Season 2 is like a month away now.
Looks like it's going to be good. I'm ready for disappointment.
Dude, New
because I'm
Vegas, baby.
very
New
excited.
Vegas. Let's go.
New Vegas. Oh, man. That's going to be great.
I really respect the Fallout TV show because it works with a lot of cosplayers that are local to the state that I'm in. And so I have a lot of friends that actually got to go be in that show or give props to that show. One of my former bosses at a makerspace actually runs a prop house in Atlanta where they like make the props, and they've worked with a couple of big brands, and he got to work on making one of the giant tanks of armor, I think, in that show. So whenever I hear about it or see it, it's like, oh, my friends worked on that.
Like Ray, I feel like I need to mention my least favorite. I'll make it quick because it's one of the worst things anyone created by any sort of creator has ever created. Dragon Ball Evolution, the live action Dragon Ball movie.
Solid. Yep, that fucking blows.
It's literally so bad that the guy who made the movie has since apologized and has admitted that he had never seen Dragon Ball. Basically, his kid liked it, so that's why he chose to direct it. It's one of Mrs. Floppy's favorite movies because of how bad it is.
Yeah.
It's one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. And then my best one, I'm gonna take an easy route here because I talk so much about Dragon Ball, but I'm gonna go with, I think, maybe the best book to screen adaptation. I didn't know about Princess Bride. That's very interesting. So now I don't know, but what I always consider to be the best book to screen adaptation, but Lord of the Rings.
Solid.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's really good.
It's so good. Not The Hobbit, but The Lord of the Rings, which I didn't watch until I was 31. Wow.
Oh, wow.
It blew me away. I could not believe how good those movies were. It made me want to read the books.
That's really interesting that you found it so good, like later, so long after it came out, because part of like what a lot of people like about it was when it hit, like 20 years ago or something like that. It hit that perfect pocket in time, never really seeing a movie like that. And there's been a lot of things that I think have been inspired by that since then, but to watch it this much later and still find it to be such an epic tale visually is awesome.
It's actually even better because I've only watched the extended editions. And so I don't know what the cut down versions are like. Brendan, I
still haven't seen them.
Oh my God. That's shocking, Hammer. We got to fix that.
I actually also have not seen Lord of the Rings.
Oh my God. We have to have a chemistry, like a team building movie night. We just need.
I tried to read The Hobbit and I got bored.
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
The problem is the extended editions are the way to watch them. I fully believe that now, but you need a spare 12 hours. But Brendan.
So Homebrew Austin.
Brendan, what is your number one adaptation of anything?
My least favorite, for completely personal reasons, and it's kind of ironic, but is the Uncharted movie.
Oh, he's holding it up. Oh my God.
You own it and you hate it?
That's dedication.
I have a love-hate relationship. This is what introduced me to Uncharted, mainly. And I loved the movie when it came out. I was a super big fan of it because I love adventure movies. But because of this, I went and played the games, and then now I hate it. It's a terrible movie.
Man,
that's a fair
wild.
journey, honestly.
It is.
That's crazy.
It is awful. It is completely on the script. The script is what makes it bad. Because in my opinion, you can make anything good if you have a good story and a script. But they completely abandoned everything that made Uncharted for the most part. The third act.
There was a short, like, I want to say 15, maybe like 20-minute video that was just completely fan made with Nathan Fillion playing Nathan Drake, and that was like leagues better than that movie was.
Yeah, I have hope. Maybe the next one will be good. My dream, my literal top dream outside of working for Rooster Teeth is to direct the Uncharted film. But anyways, my favorite adaptation, and this is going to be controversial, is Indiana Jones into Lego Indiana Jones, because that is an adaptation. If you think about it,
I would give you all the Lego games.
See, no,
Oh,
not the games, not the games.
Oh.
Look at my screen.
Oh, my bad.
The toys.
Oh,
Lego Indiana Jones, the toy line, is an adaptation of the movie, in my opinion. So that's my favorite.
That's
interesting. I didn't know they made Lego Indiana Jones.
Oh yeah. Hey, hold on. Well,
That's
no, don't
so
hold on. I'm not
cool.
going to show you. I have all the sets.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Brendan is full on Lego mode, and so that means that this is wrapped
Our whole
up.
recording. It's been amazing.
This has been another wonderful episode. Thank you so much for watching. Please give us 5 stars, leave a comment, give some sort of feedback, support your favorite content creators, because we don't ask you for money.
Love me, damn it.
We don't ask you for money. We just ask for your love and attention. So
We'll ask for your money later.
yeah, that'll come later once we're successful and jaded. Bye.
Bye.
Just like our heroes.
And scene.
Leaving that in.